Let's get trading and let's add custom villager trades to our Minecraft mod. More in-depth topics for Minecraft modding available in the 121 modding courses linked below, covering writable and tameable entities, custom entity armor, and even custom entity inventories, among many more awesome topics. Alright, I'm back and tell you once more, and in this tutorial we'll be adding custom villager trades to both villagers as well as the wandering trader, and you'll find that this is actually more straightforward than one might think. Now for this, you're gonna need, well, I mean, in our case, we're also going to do this for our custom villager, but you don't necessarily need a custom villager. This also works with any vanilla villager profession. Now for this, you will need a mod events class over here, which is using the game event bus, very importantly. And then it is as easy as making, well, first of all, the first method, which is going to be, as per usual, a public static void, very important. I'm going to call this add custom trades. The parameter is going to be a villager trades event. I'm going to call this event over here. And then as per usual, of course, also above the method over here, add subscribe event annotation. Extremely important. It needs to be public static void. It needs to be add subscribe event above it. And the parameter needs to be a villager trades event. And then, then we get going. So inside, you can basically filter, first of all, by the profession. So we're going to have an if statement. I'm going to say if event.getType equals villager professions dot, let's say, the farmer, right? So now what we're going to do is, instead of this if statement, any trades that we're going to add are going to be added to the farmer, right? And here we're going to make a helper variable, which is going to be an int2 object map of type list of type villager trades.item listing. This is going to be called trades equal to event.getTrades. So fairly straightforward in that sense. And now we can simply add trades in the following way. We can say trades.get, and the number passed in here is the level that the villager has to be in order for this trade to appear. Then we can simply call the add method right here, and we can start typing in trader, and you can see, or actually entity, it's called entity here, and you can see that we use this lambda right here, and then as a return, we make a new merchant offer. This merchant offer will contain the following things. It will contain a new item cost. We're just going to do an items.emerald over here, and let's say, I don't know, 3 emeralds, that's fine. Then comma after this, a new item stack. This is going to be the item stack that's going to be returned. It's going to be mod items dot, let's see, a goji berry over here. Why not? And let's say you get, I don't know, 18 goji berries. Also, this is goji berries.get, 18 of them. And then after this, we want to add the max uses. So how often can you do this trade? Let's say 6 times. We then also have how much experience the trader gets for this, and then also a price multiplier. And if we end it with a semicolon, all of a sudden you can see that is all that we need to do to add a trade. And now, in theory, when we right-click a farmer, there is a chance that our custom trade over here gets added. Do note, of course, that if you add trades over here, they will just get randomly added. So that means that it is possible that if you have, 80 different mods and all of them add like however many trades, your trade might be very, very rare, right? Just keep that in mind. Of course, we can then duplicate this and add another trade. Let's say, for example, instead of emeralds, this guy actually wants diamonds, right? He wants maybe, I don't know, 12 diamonds for this is, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, villagers are greedy mother frickers, so it is not impossible. Let's see, do I have anything else over here? A radish, let's go. He's going to give you 1 radish for 12 diamonds, of course. Absolutely worth it, right? But yeah, there you go. That's the idea. And then, of course, what we can also do is we could, let's say, for example, say that we want to have this when they're only at level 2, right? So now the trader has to be at level 2, and then here he's going to give you for, let's say, sure, an ender pearl. Why not? I mean, we can do whatever we want, right? We can put whatever items we want in here. It could also be custom items. And here he's going to give you the seeds, let's say. He's going to give you 1 radish seed for an ender pearl, just for the sake of argument. And maybe you can also only use that twice, but you get a little bit more experience out of it, just for the sake of argument. And this is all great, and this is really cool. But now the question is, well, how does this work with the mod villager? Well, I mean, kind of like the same thing. So we can just duplicate the if statement, and at the very top over here, instead of the farmer, we're then going to have mod villagers.Kaupenjoe.value, and that's it. And all of a sudden, these traits are also added to the Kaupenjoe. We're going to change those up just a little bit. Let's say this is going to be the radiation staff instead. This is going to be the or raw bismuth, sure. And then here we're going to do the radiation staff, and then here we're going to do, I don't even know, do I have anything else? The bismuth sword, why not? Just for the sake of argument. And of course, we can change all of those numbers as much as you want. And there we go. Let's say, maybe 2 emeralds. There you go. And that's it. This is now added to the Kaupenjoe. Super freaking simple. I'm telling you, the adding the trades is super simple. And now you might say, oh, but probably the wandering trader, that's going to be a bit more. Nope, absolutely not. We just need a new method. So the custom trades is now done. And now a new method over here. Of course, a public static void. Add wandering trades. This one has the Wanderer trades event. We're going to also call this event. And as per usual, what do we need? Of course, the add subscribe event annotation above it. And there we go. And here we're going to have two lists. We're going to have a list of villager trades.item listing. This is going to be the generic trades equal to event.get generic trades. And then we're going to have another list, which is going to be the villager trades.item listing. And this is the rare trades. I think the names should basically tell you what each of those do. The generic trades, there's just more of them. And I believe that there's always 2 rare trades for every wandering trader that you get. And then here we can just say generic trades.add and then just literally do the same thing. So we want the entity and the random source. We're going to make a new merchant offer. And then once again, the first thing is the item cost over here. So the item that we basically have to give it. And let's say, I don't know, once again, like 16 emeralds. Then a new item stack for the item that we are going to get back. Mod items dot. I don't even know what we have. The smithing template. Why the frick not? The smithing template is a good idea. One use XP does not even matter because at the end of the day, the wandering trader cannot level up. And there you go. And then in theory, we can just duplicate this and change this to a rare trade. And let's say, I don't even know, maybe you have to give it an ender, like a netherite ingot or something like that for, what do we have? Maybe the Barbara music disc, for example, right? Just for the sake of argument over here. And there we have it. And that's it. That's all we need to do. As per usual, of course, all of the code is available to you down below so you can double check it. And this is really not that complicated. It's pretty simple. And yeah, let's just jump into the game and see if it works. All right, fans, let's back in Minecraft and let's take a look over here. We can see that there we go. The farmer has the radish over here that we can get. Absolutely amazing. The Kaupenjoe, as we have defined over here, we can get a radiation staff or we can get the raw bismuth over here. And let's actually make him upgrade over here as well to the 2nd level. And let's see, does this guy have something? We have the goji berries over here as well for him. Absolutely fantastic. If we have him level up, we can maybe see the 2nd level here too. And then this guy is obviously the same here. Here we can see the bismuth sword. And then here we actually did not get lucky for another level. Let's just see if we can't get him to basically also level up. And then let's see. And here we have it, an ender pearl for radish seeds. Absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, the wandering trader. Let's just see if we get lucky here as well, because that obviously can sometimes take a little while. Because the wandering trader obviously has a couple more different recipes, or rather, like different trades. We have actually, wait a second, where is he? Where is this guy? Is this guy? There it is. Kaupenjoe template. There we freaking go. And then, of course, for the rare trade, that's going to be, that's going to be rare, right? So that's going to probably not show up often, but there we go. Let's just see. There it is. Okay, we can get the Barbara music disc from netherite. Absolutely fantastic. And that is a lot of her and also custom villager trades added to Minecraft. Awesome. And that's going to be it for this tutorial right here. Next time in this video, we'll talk about particles a little bit. Hope to see you there. So, yeah.